Not
Then
near
he
the
starts
treehouse?
walking away from the treehouse towards some more of the woods, disappearing through the bush line.
I follow.
Anyone else as well?
Following.
I'm following as
Yeah,
well.
Victor's following too.
Okey-dokey. Gets so far and then stops. Okay then. What do you want to discuss?
Is there a reason you hiding who you are in front of the treehouse?
Well, I don't particularly want the kids to hear this or see this.
C would like to insight check Will continuously as he's going along.
Okey-dokey. Make
Doing
your
her
first
best,
insight.
I figured.
You get nothing.
Could I perhaps make an insight check?
I'll let you go out as well. Yeah, what were you trying to get an insight check for exactly?
if he's really worried about the children, that's
Okay.
my main focus.
He is.
All right.
You do sense that he's being genuine about his worry about them seeing him, in particular.
Why would you have to hide who you are in front of the children?
Well, I used to work for Dragon Nightshade.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, his demeanor changes and his body starts to shift, his skin turning to a shade of red. And he sits down on a nearby rock, looking at you all. And to the right of the screen, you'll see what he now looks like.
Did you also change your name? Or
Oh my
is your
god,
name
that's
still
so
there?
anime.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So,
Yes, I did change my name. But I don't go by that name anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. Granny Nightshade believes me dead, or something similar to it. She doesn't know who I actually am.
I actually have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Colour me surprised.
Well, I have several, but this is probably the most important one. Considering that you went through the trouble of faking your own death, you seem to be quite proud of the fact that you're making a name for yourself.
Oh, I didn't fake my own death. Sorry.
Well, she believes you're dead, so...
I was cursed.
Hey-hoo.
could you elaborate?
I think it was one of the other hags, but I don't know which one. But they kind of made it so I feel things now.
Well,
Kind of started feeling quite guilty about the whole kidnapping children thing.
my point was more, why are you trying to raise your profile when you wanted to presumably get away from Scabatha?
Well, the more notorious I am, the less likely she is to take kids for me to then take back from her. She has something to fear. She won't steal kids as much, probably. That's why I look at it anyway.
Didn't sound like that.
Or maybe half of it's an act, okay? You know, something to make the kids feel like they're fighting a good fight and they have someone to look up to. It's better than just being lost and afraid in a strange forest full of talking mushrooms and trees that want to trip you up, and vines that strangle you, and mushrooms that constantly swear at you as well, and, I don't know, singing rocks.
I haven't met a singing rock yet.
You don't
Yeah.
want to. They're not very good singers, but they think they are, so they don't stop.
You know, kind of just like hearing you, that speech, you know, it warms my heart. It really does. But honestly, are you actually doing anything? By just, I don't know, she gets kids, you take them back, she gets more. I mean, it just seems like a cycle that goes around and around with no real resolution.
Maybe. But it's better than there being nothing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, haven't you thought about doing so? I mean, if you're not afraid of raising your profile and being a symbol to all these kids, I mean, why not do something more daring? I mean, you know that we were snooping about whilst, well, frankly, you weren't doing very much, but we found something that might give you the chance to strike a bit more of a longer-term blow against Granny Nightshade.
That would be what? A magical wand that can make me turn her into a frog?
Well, I mean, if you want to know, then we're probably going to need your help, so you agree to help us, and I'll be more specific.
Help you in what way?
Well, I mean, you obviously have a skill set. You obviously know sort of Granny Nightshade quite well. And it seems our interests align. You want to be a symbol. I mean, if you manage to scabber for more, that's only going to raise your notoriety. I mean, honestly, that alone should be reason enough for you to hear what I've got to say.
Or if I go to be more than a nuisance, she might put all her efforts into coming after me.
Which means she won't be able to come after the children.
I mean, ultimately, isn't that what you want, to be their symbol to protect them? I mean, every moment she's spending looking for a dead man is a moment that she's not looking for a kid.
True, though she's not the one who gets the kids. People bring kids to her.
But still, if we disrupt her operations, I mean, I imagine that she has a hand in coordinating them.
So the question is, how to stop the intake? How to stop those that bring her the kids? That's who you want to reach, is it?
Well, maybe. I mean, I was thinking just more if we can disrupt Granny Nightshade's operations, then perhaps, you know, it might sort of just stop them from being able to coordinate to bring the kids to her. I mean, they'd just be capturing kids with no one to take them. I mean, she's the ruler of the realm. If we did something that kind of a reputation of, wouldn't that just throw the entire operation into chaos by proxy?
Most likely not, to be honest. A servant kind of serves her diligently, and she probably won't care about what others particularly think of her.
I'm thinking something else.
I'm thinking a duel.
That's kind
No.
no.
I wasn't going to say duel. But you said you worked for her
Yes.
closely,
Quite closely, yes.
so you know more about her than you let on before?
I may know one or two things.
Like one or two weaknesses?
Perhaps. That weakness will cost you, though.
I was expecting no less. But I did not ask you, so you cannot command the price of me. Not yet. There's something else I want to know. How much do you know about curses?
Well, bits and pieces mostly. Like, I know I'm under a curse. I know the curse changed up my way of thinking. I don't know how to uncurse people. I imagine if you use a wish spell, if any of you can cast those.
No.
I mean, to be
A
fair, would
remove
we be...
curse spell. It may be strong enough, it may not be, depends on the curse.
I do not have that in my repertoire.
Are you hoping to get rid of your curse?
I'd prefer not to get rid of mine, personally. I don't really like the way I used to think, if I'm being perfectly honest.
In that case, I wonder if it's still a curse.
Well, no, not really. Not to me personally, anyway.
Well, anyway, getting back on topic. We won't be able to stop Scabatha's operation overnight, and we do still need something from Loomlurch. I mean, an empire isn't felled in a day. If we can at least cause some problems for her, is that not more than what you've been accomplishing so far?
I tell you what. How about I trade you her weakness, and you take out a particular asset of hers? For me.
What is the asset?
It is who she sends to retrieve kids.
Are they in this realm, though?
They know how to move between the realms.
Do you know where she
They're at the
is?
festival, aren't they?
She'll be somewhere within Loomlurch. I believe she's currently home. She's, was a small girl who would wear a pig mask.
And now is?
She might still be a girl.
Did you say a pig's mask?
Yes.
Right. And there's a very serious expression on Sergio's face.
We saw that one, didn't we?
Hmm.
At the carnival.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, actually, now come to think about it, yeah, back in the carnival, I'm gonna save that guy from falling off the dragonfly. I think I remember seeing something like that.
If you take out Sopig, then... Well, if you agree to take out Sopig, I will let you know what Granny Nightshade's weakness is.
Hmm. Well,
Walls.
By take out, do you require us to kill, or just to make sure they don't work for Granny Nightshade anymore?
So long as she's no longer going to get children, that would suffice. Though, good luck communicating with her for that. She is quite devout.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay, if we were
If
to
you
do,
could curse her, that might work.
how would we prove to you, if we don't, well, kill them, that the deed is done? That you'll hold up your end of the bargain?
We'll make ourselves a little magic bargain, and it will automatically complete as a contract would.
Hmm.
Kind of like how I did with you. I
Well,
can't remember if it was Nico or Sergio who made the other one with
Well,
the children.
listen, not quite sure. Do you mind if I call you Will? I don't actually know your other name. Listen, what happened to me, you neglected to mention lack of windows in that room, and
I mean, there's gaps in the room.
I hold you responsible for this. Not going to mince my words. I don't particularly care for you that much, but so considering that I did distract Scabiver, putting my life at risk. Though I agreed to do it, I wasn't really told everything that I needed to know. Of also the fact that she wanted children. That might be obvious to you, but since, well, we're not from around here, can't really say that it crossed my mind. So, in other words, what I would like to ask is that before we agree to anything, or as a precondition to this deal, that you tell us absolutely everything you possibly know about our target's capabilities, what they're likely to do, where they're likely to be, and not to leave out any details this time. Just so we know exactly what we're getting into.
Okay then. So, Scabiver incurs people. She is a very unkind person.
Not Scabiver, I said our target. Our target being the person who you want us to deal with. I was quite specific, now you're just being contrary, my friend.
With Stowpig, I haven't got any idea whatsoever.
I
He just blinks.
reckon he's telling the truth, Paul.
Anyone want to roll?
Can I roll?
Go ahead.
E.
Seems to be telling the truth. Pixie, you completely agree. Oh, do you think he's telling the complete and utter truth? Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Sergio slowly nods his head at Victor.
Alright, well,
She's just confused.
hey,
Like at a zero, she doesn't even know what she was thinking about. So
Hey.
she completely lost the train of thought. She doesn't know what the conversation is anymore.
You're just looking at his horn.
alright, well, before we agree to anything, I suppose I should be doing this more often. What does everyone else think?
Well,
Can you tell
it
us
is.
weakness just for us agreeing to do our best to disable them.
It is a noble cause, but I have this worry about time.
Hey, believe you me, Sergio. So do I. Actually, considering you brought it up, Victor's going to quickly look at the watch and work out roughly how much time we have left.
Let's see if I have my notes in this. Wrong way. Look at the bookmark on this page. Gone the wrong way again. So we'll back in somewhere. Downside of when you're writing campaign notes for a new campaign, you take up a lot of space.
Mhm.
What, the search function not working on your paper notebook?
Doesn't work.
Did you try plugging it in and plugging it out again?
You know, I did, but it just started sizzling a little bit, and it didn't really seem like right.
Oh,
Approximately 24 hours have now passed in Hither, sorry.
In total.
Yes.
So we have a
Right.
few.
So we are all
More
utterly
days.
exhausted.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You guys.
Alright. Well, I have something to add on to our proposal, then. Though we did do your job, we kind of did things in tandem, I would say that we've proven to be worthy of your trust. We did what we were supposed to do. We got all of the kids out, and, well, and Victor sort of like gestures, does a mocking bow, and I took one for the team. So, with that said, I would say that that's more than reasonable to ask that, considering that we completed our end of the bargain, well, debatably First, because our own goals were secondary to what we were doing. We ended up prioritizing your objectives over our own. I don't think it's unreasonable to ask the reverse in this case, so that if we do the job that you want to do, you help us first.
And how do I know that you won't simply... I give you information and you just simply go on and do it without doing anything for me?
Well, because we've already helped you. I risked my life for you. I could have been dead. I could have been off a lot worse. If I was going to renege on any deal, would I have not have reneged on the deal? I think, I mean, it's true that I don't like you, but we need you. And I think we haven't done
You
any...
didn't rat me out for one of the prizes, I suppose.
I
Roll me your
mean...
persuasion.
Okay.
Okay, then. I'll give you Scabatha's weakness. Upfront. Is that okay?
Victor just looks around the others to basically see if they agree to the terms.
I agree with this.
Yes.
Pixie's still trying to find the thread of the conversation. She doesn't disagree. She just is
She's
like-
just kind of like, ooh, a
Confused.
butterfly.
A butterfly lands on his horn.
Okay, in that case, Victor just turns back to Will and just gives him an affirmative nod.
Pixie reaches out to try to get the butterfly to walk onto her finger. She doesn't care that she's reaching out towards him in a manner he might not like. She's focused on the butterfly.
He's very uncomfy watching your hand get close to him.
Don't worry, she's not interested in you.
Yeah.
It's
And the
okay.
butterfly does crawl across onto your fingers.
Yeah, she just does things like that sometimes. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, let's have it. Go on.